Hey friends, happy Monday. Happy beginning of the work week. And welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's A Blue Creations. And I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I am live in 2 locations this evening, so if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your feed, that person is probably watching from a different platform. And as always, if you like what you see during this project and you think others should see it as well, or if you just want to help out my channel, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube where you have permission to. That just means hit that share button, tag your crafty friends, invite them to watch along with you. Not only does that help my channel get seen by new people, that also tells the algorithm that you like this kind of content. Therefore, it will start showing more more content like mine, in your feed or in your recommended videos to watch. And did I say tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you? Also, hit that thumbs up button, hit the heart button, subscribe, follow, notify, all the stuff that your platform wants you to do, because again, that helps me, but that also helps you as well, and I greatly appreciate it. So let me go to my comments. Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and he says, what a great way to start the week. And Miss Bonita says, good evening, you two, and thank you for my package this weekend. If you're one of my preferred customers, like Bonita is, every now and then I like to splurge and treat my friends and customers and Perks members, and she got quite the little package of goodies this weekend, and I greatly appreciate her and a few other friends that stopped by my vendor booth this weekend. I truly and greatly appreciate it. So with that, and I hope you enjoy all of your goodies. With that, let's go ahead and flip the camera. I'm going to show you a few housekeeping things, and then we will get right to the project. So I just wanted to remind you, let me switch slides, about the Club Couture kit for this month. It is this cute little 9x9 pillow cover, but I'm actually going to use this more like a zipper pouch, so I did keep my zipper up at the top. So it comes with this cute little size F transfer this month. It's usually a B size transfer, but this month it is an F sized transfer, featuring the Peanuts gang, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, and Linus. And then it comes, you get your pillow cover, and then it also comes with 3 ink singles this month. This month's colors are Cadet, Black Velvet, and Bumblebee. And so the first night we inked everything in black, and then I heat set it, and then I think we colored in Charlie Brown's background in Bumblebee. And then the next week we colored in Lucy's background, and we mixed Cadet and Bumblebee together. Or no, we did Linus and we used Cadet. And then last week we mixed Cadet and Bumblebee together and got this turquoise color. And then I think I'm going to skip this week so I can make some keychains, but next week we will color in Snoopy, and I think we're going to go rogue and do his red to kind of bring in the Red Baron character. But the Chocatours video, they also mixed Bumblebee and Cadet together to kind of get a greenish blue background. So Lucy was bluish green and Snoopy was kind of a greenish blue tint. So make sure you come back next week and check out how we finish it. Also, I did see another designer. She used, well, maybe she didn't. She used probably a laser cutter. I was wondering if you could get by with the 3x3 frames, but I think these might be too big. But anyway, come back next week and we will finish that project out. Put that away. And then we have, I'm not for sure I'm supposed to be showing these tonight, but I'm going to anyway. Oops, I don't want to really show you my address. We do have a launch coming tomorrow. It is a very small launch, but it's still part of the Warner Brothers collaboration that Chalk Couture has. And so we've had Harry Potter and we've had Looney Tunes so far. Peanuts is a different collaboration, but the Warner Brothers includes Harry Potter and Looney Tunes. And now it also features that. And there's also another, look at that fun packaging. I haven't even looked at it yet because I just got this today. It also features another show called Seinfeld. So there are going to be 2 Friends transfers tomorrow and 2 Seinfeld heat transfers. I don't know whether to show them or not. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm going to flip it over real fast. So I'm going to flip that one over, and then I'm going to flip that one over, and that's all you get to see. So you have to stay tuned tomorrow to get the full reveal of what this Warner Brothers collaboration looks like. Okay, I have another event coming up on April 4th. It is the Taylor's Twirlers Quartermania, and it will be, I believe it's still at the Central Mall where their twirling studio is. And so I wanted to make some junk keychains with some UV resin, which is, you can find, and I don't have any, I'm a little late to the ball game this evening, so I do not have any cart links, but I can go ahead and I can add these back in. I can add the cart link into the comments when I'm finished, but this is the UV resin that is available on my chalk site. We'll also be using the flashlight, the UV flashlight, but I wrote some right here. I have some little quotes that I kind of wanted to capture on these keychains, and I totally cheated and I used AI. So I just put in like I need short 1 to 2 word phrases for twirlers. So since their club is called Taylor's Twirlers, I thought I could use Taylor's Twirlers. I have Baton Babe, Twirl Life, Twirl Magic, Twirl Dreams, Baton Boss, Twirl Princess, Twirl Girl, Twirly Girly. I like Spinny Minnie. And then I have some, I think I have some Minnie Mouse shaped buttons. So it could either be Disney related or it could be also go baton. And then I have like Spin, Sparkle, Shine, Twirl Like a Star, Tiny Twirls, Big Dreams, Born to Twirl. So those were some of the ideas that I did not come up with, but AI did. So I'm going to put that to the side. You could also do like, oops, I'm going to have an avalanche. Twirl Babe. I don't know if I had that on there. So I collected all of my stuff. So I have these keychains. I have some black ones. And I have some glitter ones. And then I have some of these clear ones. So we'll just get out a few of each. You could even use some of these acrylic tags, which might work. So let's just get out a few of each. These I got at Hobby Lobby, these motel keychains. I think I got most of this at Hobby Lobby, except I do know I got these at Michael's. If I can get these open. Good gravy. So these are fairly simple and pretty easy. If you don't want to mess with any UV resin, you can also use this Ultra Mod Podge spray. It's a non-aerosol pump. And actually, I happen to have my example. Oh, but look. I have my example right here, but I just noticed, and it may be that I used too much, but look, so maybe don't use that. If you're going to use that Mod Podge Ultra Spray, you probably might want to sand the base, which is probably why it's not sticking. Interesting. I just noticed that. Well, good to know. That is from the Mod Podge Ultra. So we'll have to do a little bit more experimenting with that. I have not had that happen with my any of my rounds like this, because I have one on my purse and it gets beat to smithereens, and it has been fun so far. So let's put that in here. Let's get out a black one. Need to get out some glitter. I guess I could use a purple one. Okay, so let me put some glitter. I forgot to grab that. Just gonna grab a random supply. So the junk component of my keychains, like these are some buttons. I think I found those at, I think actually those are really old and they're from Joann. Boo-hoo. So those aren't sourceable anymore. These are alphabet beads from, I believe, Walmart. I think you can also get some similar to this at Hobby Lobby. These jumbo ones are from Hobby Lobby, but they are not in with the beads. They are with the soap and clay and candle making and regular resin stuff. It's it's right after the craft section in my store. Then I have some white and black alphabets. These you can get at Walmart, you can get at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, everywhere. You can probably get them at a gas station. They're so popular. And then I have some flatback pearls. I have some flatback rhinestones. And then this is the junk. And I've gotten a lot of this everywhere. Mostly Hobby Lobby, but so I have some hearts, some bows, some pearls, some flowers. Like most of this came from the bead section, but like these came from the scrapbooking aisle. They're in the sticker section, and they come in different colors. Like here's purple and yellow. So those were in the scrapbook section. And then these are pony beads. These I think I also got in the scrapbook section in the stickers. They're little happy face, smiley faces. These are buttons from the buttons in sewing. I think these were in the scrapbook department, but they quit selling them. These came from the bead aisle. These are some shank buttons. These are stickers from Five Below, but there's some shaker stickers. So they're kind of a plasticky, acrylic-y kind of thing. They're strawberry shortcake. I think I got these at Daiso when I visited in Kansas City. These are from the bead section at Hobby Lobby. These are from the button aisle in the fabric department. I think these are too, these little shank buttons. I've got some daisies. These are from the button section at Hobby Lobby. They're little paw print shank buttons. And then these I also got in the scrapbook aisle. They're harder plastic paw print stickers. And then I think I got those in the button aisle at Hobby Lobby as well. Somewhere I have some Minnie Mouse things. I don't know where those are at. So that's all my junk. I guess I don't have any Minnie Mouse. And then I also have my big UV lamp that we may use as well. So I have a lot of junk on my desk to make junk keychains. So let's get started. So I have my flashlight. It's just this little UV flashlight. I have mine in a flashlight stand because while I'm working, I don't want to just sit here and hold my flashlight. So I found this on Amazon. It has a magnetic base. And then it just clips in right here. But because this flashlight is so top heavy and this little round thing is so small, it tips. So you're going to want to dig out something metal like a cookie, like a pie pan, a cookie sheet. I happen to have my die cutting magnetic platform here that should work fine. So otherwise it's going to tip over. So you need your UV resin. You need a little, I like to use this little silicone cup that I didn't clean very well last time. Try to get all the chunks out. I also have this little keychain, this little stand, but I haven't gotten it to work very well. And then I need something to stir. And then I've got a little lighter here to pop the bubbles. some tweezers. And then I just have some silicone paintbrushes. I think that's all we need right now. Okay. Sorry, 400 minutes later and I still haven't started. So we just need to pour in some UV resin. And you don't want to do this near a window because this is UV activated. You get UV rays even on a cloudy day from the sun. So try not to do this by the window. Some of your acrylic blanks, like mainly these kind of acrylic blanks, are going to have a film on them. In fact, I'm not going to use those because, well, I guess I can. So you want to take the film off. I do not like using these with the hardware on them. It just kind of gets in my way, so I'm going to take it off. And I don't have any, probably don't have enough pairs of pliers. So I'm going to take this one off. It's a jump ring. So I need a couple of pairs of pliers. Okay. Oh, I got it off. Okay, put that there so I don't lose it. Oops. Making a mess. Making it worse. Okay, so let's peel at least the top layer off. Because this does have should have a protective coating on it. It does. So I just want to peel that off. I'm going to leave the one on the back. Jason says I'm like MacGyver. I am not I feel like Lucille Ball. Okay, let's put in, that one's kind of chunky, but maybe we'll use it anyway. Where's there it is. Oh. That would help to get that out. This one's kind of chunky. I'm hoping it works. Fine glitter and extra fine glitter works better. We're gonna, that might be too chunky. We'll give it a whirl. So you don't want to change the consistency of your glitter or of your resin. So if you add too much resin and it's not pourable anymore and doesn't move as very much anymore, then you probably need to add more resin to your mixture. So you're just going, and resin is mostly self-leveling. So you just want to kind of push it out toward the edge. It won't go over unless you add too much. So I just kind of gently, I don't know if this stuff with glitter is going to work. So I'm just going to keep pouring it on there. Kind of push it out towards the edges. So on these, since this is a thicker glitter, I'm just going to add a little bit, and it's going to kind of move around as you place stuff. So I'm just going to add a little bit, and then let's add our junk. Oops. You can kind of see where you don't have it all the way towards the edge. Okay. I'm going to move that to the side a little bit. So we're going to get a T. We're just going to work on the word twirl for right now. See how much space we have. And you can use I got this wax pencil with some of my beads. I also have this little thingy-mabobber. It's called a pick-me-up tool from Silhouette. It has some wax at the end. So you can use this little wax pencil to kind of pick up your beads. And you just kind of place it in the resin. The resin will not harden until you add UV light to it if you're using UV resin. If you're using 2-part epoxy, then it will start to harden before you're ready. That's why I like UV resin, because it kind of, it's pliable until you add UV light to it. And you can kind of move some of this glitter out of the way if you want to. So we've got twirl, and it doesn't, nothing has to be even. These are like literally junky. You can even spin some of the letters if you really wanted to. Okay. Let's do Twirl Girl. And let's just do twirl. And that might, with these smaller keychains, that might be all we can get. So you can add more literal junk. Let's get this one. This one has some of the fun junk in it. Ooh. I'm going to add a cute little bow. just going to add, you would end up with what? Twirl? I can't read that very well. Oh, backwards. Lort. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of resin just to make sure I have enough. So I'm just going to pop this little gold bow down here. I can kind of move some of the glitter. And then let's add a few of these little pearl hearts. Oops. Okay. Wax does not want to work on. Ooh. Tweezers. Send it flying. Okay. Do a few of these little flat back pearls. They don't quite match the hearts, but that's all right. The hearts are a little ivory. Oh, well, I guess that's going to go there. It's upside down. It's still upside down. Okay, we got that down there. Okay, so now let's get out some of these colored rhinestone flatbacks. Oh no. Okay, so I've got pinks and purples and reds. I don't think I want that size. Let's see if we can use our little wax pencil. Yep. Guess that's going there. We've got some lime green. I don't have any dark pink, but let's add some more purple ones. Oh, these look darker down here. These are itsy bitsy. And I can't get them over. Those almost blend into the glitter. Let's do another one of those. Just kind of digging in here. I don't want a green one. Let's do a yellow one. Want a little one. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. We are making some junk keychains with the UV resin. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I've got, oh yeah. I also forget that I have, oops, I have rhinestones everywhere. So I have a twirling event coming up, an event for a twirling club coming up. So we were making some junk keychains. I also have these cute little gummy bears. Let's use a pink one. So now I have to may have to move some things around, which is easy to do. Just kind of swish everything around. Might add a little bit of resin just right here, just to make sure I have enough to stick the bear down. And we can kind of get him moved. Oh, that's super cute. So it kind of blends in, but that's okay. And then let's use some of these. These are just colored flat back pearls. Just trying to get some other colors in here. Like maybe this pink one. Where'd it go? I'm going to move this white one to this crystal one. I need to move some of this glitter. That's the nice thing, is that all the stuff is, you can move it around if you don't like where you put it. What other color? Or sometimes things just kind of swim and run into each other. So I'm going to move those apart. I think I want one more thing. I don't know what. Maybe a yellow. Let's put that one down. Whoops. That might be too big. So I think we're going to add, I'm just going to add a few glitter pieces up here where it's kind of bare. Not a lot. Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna I'm just gonna pop my keychain over here. We're just gonna turn the light on. We're gonna let that bake for, let's see, 8:19. let's see. So then we're just going to let that bake. And I should probably try to do another one, but I'm a little hesitant to. I can work over here maybe a little bit. Let's at least prep this one by peeling off the protective layer. Remember, there's one on the back. So it takes about 5 minutes with your UV light to cure. Pop that under there and let the goo. Oh, I forgot to pop bubbles. So you need like a lighter or some rubbing alcohol spray to maybe pop some of the bubbles in your UV resin. But I think there's enough gunk on there that you won't be able to see a lot of the bubbles if you had bubbles. So I'm going to pour, you can kind of see me working in the lower left corner. I'm going to put some more resin in my little silicone cup. And I think we'll add this glitter. Just going to add a tiny bit. I'm going to get, if I have another scooper, yep, I do. I'm working over here so that hopefully my light doesn't make this thing of resin hard. Some of that other glitter is probably going to get mixed in, but that's okay. That's why these are junk keychains. So we're just, it's kind of hard to see because it's clear on clear, but it feels like it's getting kind of stiff. So I'm just kind of gently pushing it out to the edges of the keychain. It does kind of level itself out. It's really kind of hard to see. Clear on clear. I need a piece of paper or something behind. I need a piece of paper or something behind there. So I can see kind of what's going on. I'm just going to slip this under here. There. Kind of see what's going on. Okay, so let's get our letters out again. Nancy says she's completely new to this. A little scary. It can be. Just know the nice thing with UV resin is yeah, at least you have a lot of working time with it, so it's not going to dry on you while you're working with it. And yeah, that's why I like UV resin versus epoxy resin. And technically, don't do what you probably should be wearing gloves, but I'm not even worried about that either. I would just say try it, Nancy. Bonita asks, does the keychain have a tiny lip to keep the resin from spilling over? No, this one, these do. You can kind of see there's a tiny little lip. This one does not, but and neither does that one. But because the resin the resin itself is fairly thick, and it is self-leveling. The only way it's going to go over the edge, it won't go over the edge on its own unless I add way too much, or if I push it over the edge. That's kind of what the whole self-leveling thing is. It pretty much just levels itself. And you just kind of have to experiment with, you should probably always start with less than you think, because you can always add more, but it's hard to, you can't take it off and it can go over the edge if you use too much. That's why I like these keychains, is because, and don't go overboard like me and buy every flat back that you can. Just start with a little bit, a few alphabet beads, or even just some buttons, just even 4 hole buttons, 2 hole buttons. They don't have to be the shank backs. Nancy says, good to know. Yeah, just start small. These keychains are super inexpensive. The round ones that I've done, I think they're like 6 in a package for super cheap at Hobby Lobby, less than $2.50. And they come with the keychain and the blank, so they're super inexpensive. My light looks like it's blinking. Bonita says she bought the light and resin but have yet to try it, just a little scared. About the only thing is don't do it by a window. So we're at, I started at like 8, did I say 8:19? So yeah, it's hardening. I might get my big light out, I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, so we've got twirl down. Just don't do it by a window because it will start to harden. Jason says, if Robin has taught me anything, it's don't be scared, just go for it. I'm just over here winging it, with hope and a prayer. Okay, so let's add a gummy bear because it's cute. And some of these were stickers because they're on a little cellophane sheet. Can you use, yeah, that's what I've, these, all of these blanks are acrylic. So, and that's what we're using. So I just peeled off the, oops, I peeled off the sticky part. Yes, you can use resin on acrylic because that's what this round blank is. So I just peeled the sticky off. We're just going to add a gummy bear there. I'm running out of desk space. Let's use a silver bow, and I'm going to place it off of the keychain a little bit. And guess what? That it's still a little tacky, but nothing is moving. So that, and this is why it's junk. It's literally, I love these. These are just literally junk keychains. Just a little bit of everything. I think they're super cute. But yeah, that's pretty much, it is still a little tacky. I think if I put it in my other light, or we could get 2 going. But yeah, if you're going to do a lot of this, I would invest in the flashlight stand. Nancy says cute. Thank you. Maybe we'll put it down a little. I think this flashlight's trying to poop out on me. But yeah, I would, just so you don't have to hold it, I would invest in and I think it was like 12 bucks. Because I wouldn't buy anything that was expensive. Oops. Just make sure you have something magnetic to put it on, because like the review said, most of the review said it can get top heavy. Okay, so let's keep working on this one. So I'm going to put, see, my bow is swimming. Let's use a few of these. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I have a white holographic heart. And I don't have any silver ones. We might put a little cross on there. I think I got these. I know I got these silver crosses at Hobby Lobby. We're just going to drop that there. Can't see that very well, but. And then we're going to put some rhinestones. I bought the stand on Amazon. I will, Jason, remind me and I will link it. I'll put all the links to, I'll put the link to the flashlight, to the UV resin, and to the flashlight stand in the comments. But somebody's going to have to remind me because I will forget. In fact, I think it was one of my Tip Tuesdays. I think it got posted to my Facebook page, but it was a month or two ago. It was one of my Tip Tuesdays. And I linked it there, but I'll link it in the comments when I'm done. I'll just have to, somebody will have to remind me. Kind of sticking to a theme here. Just lost that one. Like Ryan Hall always says, he's the weather guy that we always watch. He says, don't be scared, be prepared. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Just don't don't use too much resin. Start with a little bit. You can always add more. Oh, for heaven's sake. And then I get 4. I think we'll stick with that. And then we'll add, what else can we add? Again, start with some cheap and acrylic. Let me write this down because I will forget. So, flashlight stand, the acrylic round keychain rounds, and I'll link all of this when I'm done. The UV resin, the UV flashlight, and then the letter beads. You can get those at Walmart. You can get those at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You can probably, I would imagine you could probably find some at Dollar General, maybe. I think we're just going to stick with kind of a color theme here. maybe. Oop, not that. And then I've just kind of scoured places for anything flat back or something that I can make flat back, like the shank buttons. You can pop off the shank of the button and use those. So white, you know what? I'm gonna ditch those. Because I only have one solitary white heart, I think I'm gonna use the white pearls. Since I have a turquoise gummy bear and turquoise rhinestones. Okay. We'll use some of these smaller ones. And I think this wax pencil may have come with this pearl kit that I got on Amazon. But you can find these pearls at Hobby Lobby. The teenage girls and preteen girls, I think this would be such a fun thing to do with them. They can just have make their own keychain bar. And then I think I'm just gonna, I think that's enough junk. I think we're gonna come back in with a little bit. I'm just gonna sprinkle. Oh, I think we need to check our keychain. It's probably way more than baked. Yep. I think that's done. And then I put this little guy under here because it's supposed to be able to just, I can just peel it off when I'm finished. That's the joy of, oh, and even on your silicone stuff, you're supposed to be able to just peel it off. I'm going to put a little bit on the edge of this spoon. Not a lot. And I'm just kind of tapping the spoon to add a little bit more glitter in where it's a little low. Okay. This glitter, I think I got at Walmart in this little square container. Okay, so now let's slide this little guy. Oops. So we're just going to put that under there. And then do I have, yep, I have another one of these. I have lots of these. Okay, so we're going to put this underneath the light as well. Oh, I think might not get it. I probably should use my larger light. I splurged for a larger light, but we'll see how this flashlight works. Just because that keychain is longer, let's do one more. I think. We're at an hour. I think we're good. We'll do one more. Let's use some of this. Nope. Let's use some silver holographic glitter. Ooh-wee. That came out faster than I anticipated. Let's do another one of these. So these are the ones I get at Hobby Lobby. They are a package of 6, and I know they're less than $2.50, so they're kind of silly cheap. Inexpensive. They're not cheap. They're inexpensive. They're good quality. They're pretty thick. Remember, they have a protective coating on both sides, but I'm just going to do one side for right now. And then we're going to pour this one on here. And I just kind of go in circles. I don't know if it's the right way. If you're worried about it not sticking, you can always lightly sand your acrylic blank. I probably should try that one of these days. I've seen some people do that, some people don't. Like I said, mine has been on my purse, hanging from the side of my purse since I did this the first time, which was, gosh, I don't even know when. 6+ months ago, maybe. And they're still on there perfectly fine. I'm going to add just a skosh in the middle. Oh, that came out fast. You just kind of want to check your edges. Make sure it's, you can see, if your lighting is good, you can kind of see it kind of dimples where it hasn't gotten to the end yet, or to the edge. And then if you know you have a lot of air bubbles, that's where a little torch like this comes in. I figure out how to use the dang thing. And it'll pop those bubbles. Okay, so let's come back in with our alphabet. So I know I need a T. I'm gonna run out of T's, W's, I's, R's, and L's. I think mine says Faith. I think the one upstairs says Faith. And you can get beads that, like bead bars that say things. You could use silver charms that say stuff. You don't have to use these letter beads. They're just kind of fun. I'm going to put it over this way a little bit. Yep, it's just this little mini lighter. It's actually a cigarette lighter. It just acts like a torch. Yeah. So it's just a fancy cigarette lighter. If you don't like where you placed stuff, that's the fun. You can kind of just drag it wherever you want to. Hopefully I spelled all this right. Yeah. Just checking. Okay. Let's use one of these flowers. See, these are just 2-hole buttons. I think it would be cute to tie some like embroidery floss through the holes, and you can have the sprigs of embroidery floss coming out the top. We'll just add another element. I'm not doing that today. Just pop that down there. Yeah, that did harden. See it? My stuff in my silicone dish totally hardened up. It's a little sticky, but just peels right out. Too bad I don't have tiny batons. I have scoured the internet, but I will say, this is the, oh gosh, I don't even know, maybe, let's see, 1, 3rd or 4th year that I've done this event, and like the 1st and 2nd year, I could barely find anything on Etsy that was twirling related, and slowly but surely, there's every year I look, there's a little more twirling stuff available, because it was hard to find for a while. I'm gonna add, just because this flower's a little beefy, I'm gonna add just a dollop, just to give it something else to stick into. I'm gonna use, I don't know, those are more purple than, or, yeah. Here's a big light heart. We use that. Here's another one of those stickers. Let's see if I can get the sticky off. No, yeah. So back to your baton twirling. So I've looked. It's, yeah. Maybe next year there'll be some little batons. And see, like my holes up here, but I did my letters. My letters are kind of crooked, but there's no rules. Do whatever looks right. But these are why these are called junk keychains. It's just a bunch of junk. I want another one. Guess that one's going right there. These fun little butterflies. These bows. I need something right there. Forget I have different sizes of pearls that I could use. Okay. One more. That one's cute. Okay, so now we'll just trade prices. There's what that one ended up looking like. Technically, remember we need to take off the back side. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I didn't UV resin that to the back side. Okay, so here's what it looks like before I peel it. Well, let's do it that way. I don't know if you can tell a difference. And then we're going to peel that. Super fun. Now I need to, I don't know what this one has. Watch, I did it on the wrong side. I made it some acrylic bookmarks, and I was afraid that I'd put all my stuff on the... I bet I did. That's why I usually only peel one side. That way I can tell which side. Maybe this one only had... Let's make sure that that one only had it on one side. Okay, before I get too far. Okay, some of those. It might only be one-sided. Okay, that's on that side. I think that on these, there's only a coating on that one side. Whew. Just making sure. Okay. Just checking. Jason says, too cute. Benita says, beautiful. Thank you. I think they're just super fun. And you can always go back in with like a second coat if you didn't get all the way around, all the way to the edges. Like I know on this one, my edges probably could have been a little better. But I just think they're super fun. And that's just what they look like on the back. You could paint the back. You can leave, I just leave it like that. Doesn't bother me a bit. Nancy says, very cute. Thank you. If you try these, I want to see them. They're just super fun. Easy. There's hardly any rules. It doesn't dry on you. About the only rule is don't do it next to a window. If you are worried about your UV, like maybe your flashlight is out of batteries or something, you can take these outside, even on a cloudy day. Like the directions say that you can use a 30-watt UV light for 2 to 4 minutes. You can use direct, or you can use sunlight for 5 to 10 minutes, or even on a cloudy day, you can use 20. It'll take 20 to 40 minutes to cure. So if I'm not very sure about my UV curing tonight, I can pop these out in the sunlight for about 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, and then they should be fully cured. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You do not have to have the UV flashlight. It is helpful. It speeds the process up. And if you want to speed the process up even more, then go ahead and get a fancier UV light. I think this one cost me $30. And it is kind of it's a 360 light. So there's lights on top and the bottom. So it's going to get both sides at the same time. I can do 2 to 3 keychains at a time with that. I can just keep popping things in and out. So I can have it constantly going. I don't have to worry about batteries, but the flashlight is a great way, a great entry point as well. I want to see what this one's going to be kind of fun. But yeah, even your stuff just pops right out, so you can reuse these. All of your silicone tools, you can just pop those under the light, and those will, the UV resin will just cure on those, and then you just peel it right off. Get you some sticky, either a pickup tool, and I know they have these at this brand at Hobby Lobby. It's not in the Silhouette or Cricut stuff. It is, I'm trying to remember where I saw it. It's still in the paper crafting, but it's either with the stickers or with the adhesives. I think it might be with the stickers. And then I have a wax pencil. Tweezers are helpful. And then glitter. You can get glitter at Hobby Lobby, Walmart. This is from Walmart. I don't know where that's from. That's probably Hobby Lobby a long time ago. Hobby Lobby. Keychains you can get at, I think you can get these keychains at Dollar Tree. Some of these motel shaped ones. So yeah, and I think you can use UV resin. Well, I was going to say you could use it on wood, but I know you can use it on wood. You might just have to cure it a little differently. I think that one's going to need still a little tacky, but just simple. I just used a silver glitter on the back side or in the UV resin, and then just mostly pearls. So that one's cute. So then I'll just add the keychain hardware back on. And I don't sell them for much, maybe $5. Oh, look at that with the backing removed. So pretty. Just simple, easy peasy. Again, I think it would be great for preteens and teen girls to do. You're welcome for sharing, Nancy. Thank you for hanging out with us. Okie doke. I think I'm going to hop off for the evening. Does anyone else have any questions? There it is from the front view. I love that one. There's that one. Just says twirl. This one is a little rough, but I think it's because the glitter is on the mostly on the outside of the resin instead of mixed in. That's why it feels a little rough. So just keep that in mind as well. And then there's that one. Super cute, super fun. Okay, I'm going to go and hop off. I will see you again on Wednesday. I'm trying to think what. Oh, I need to get some notebooks done. So hopefully that will be our project for Wednesday. So with that, I'm going to go and hop off. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your week if I don't see you on Thursday or sometime this weekend. Yeah. If you make keychains, let me know. Tag me. Post them in my Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Lounge group. if you make some of them. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will get those answered, or if I don't know the answer, I will find it out for you and give you my best guess. Okay, with that, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.